Imagine an island, picturesque and pure. Imagine the same island, population of just over 1,000. Islanders living off the sea, not asking for too much, not taking too much, living in perfect unison with the land. The trees grow where they want on this island. The sand is white, soft, home to crustaceans. My grandpa told me when he was a child they would go out in the sea and catch fish for the whole village. He told me that there was no crime, no plastic, nothing but islanders living as one with Mother Nature, succumb to her anger of the rough seas during a storm and her gentle touch in the morning when the birds are singing and the air is fresh and cool. My grandpa would take his son out fishing with him, teaching him the ways of the land, the hidden treasures in the trees, the secluded patches of reef that burst at the seams with wildlife. Nothing was endangered, nothing was out of place. All was right in the world as my grandfather and his son lived their simple islander life. But forward 40 years, imagine the same island. My father is now a man. He leaves his family for 10 hours every day, leaving the safety of the land to brace the angry seas, because Mother Nature is mad at what man has done in 40 years since my father was a boy. Civilization has been cruel. The soft white beaches are still soft and white, but they are littered with traces of humanity. Bottles, nets, fishing lines mimic that of seagrass, washing up on the picturesque beach like ants swarming the remains of a picnic. The greens and browns of nature are now the greens and browns of broken bottles. The white soft sand is now broken, bleached coral, washed up to turn the soft sand into sharp knives, cutting the feet of those that dare step on it. My father told me that he couldn't remember the island from when he was a boy, that this was normal. He told me that the island was okay, that there wasn't a problem. But Dad, can't you see that we should not have to play hopscotch to make it to the water, scared for our soft and fragile feet on the sharp surface? Don't you see that the jellyfish you see floating in the water are not jellyfish at all, but plastic bags littering the ocean, mimicking the gracious yet vulnerable marine life that we thought would be okay? Can't anybody see the island is screaming for help as she sinks from the sides that seem set on swallowing her whole? She cries for help as her entire being burns from the heat of the sun. She wonders if the sun is getting closer, begging for a single kiss. Little does she know that we are the reason she is sinking and her skin burns. We are the reason she sees the children of the sea wrapped in plastic bags and fishing nets. We are the reason her lively underwater garden is now comparable to that of the remains of Pompeii. But unlike Pompeii, this could have been prevented. This wasn't the doing of nature, but the doing of man. The underwater world that my grandfather talked about no longer exists in many places. The island is not the same. This is all we know. This polluted and dying world is all our children will know. The elders of this world are long gone, and with them goes the knowledge of what once was. I am scared of what is to come. I am scared that the standards my grandfather held for nature will only be seen in picture books, and the standards that my father knows today will decline so much that that too will only be seen in photographs. I am scared my kids will only know a desolate and dull future. I am scared Mother Nature will take her last breath knowing that her children of the earth turned their backs on her. They cut her open for fuel that allowed the sun to burn harsher and for the oceans to become pools of acid that destroyed her once and proud and full garden. We did this to her. We knew what was happening, and now we have no choice but to watch as she sits there, struggling to breathe. Fever so high, she doesn't know what's happening. There is no medicine for her. She is dying, and we did this. That once picturesque and pure island is now no more than a wasteland for rubbish to wash up on shore, no more than that of a hot oven ready to bake all that live there. No more than the levelled reefs of bleached coral that crumble with every single storm. That once and picturesque island is no more.